A great day, man. Good that you join us. Thank you so very much. Hope that you are faring well and you had a wonderful time throughout last night and into today. We thank God Almighty for keeping watch over us, allowing us to see another day by His grace. We can help but say, thank God. Bless His holy name. He's truly faithful to His word. We've got the issues to talk about. Today is the 31st and last day of January. Few hours from now, it's going to be February. And after February, it's March. And after March, April. And after April, May. And after May, June. And then after June is the middle of the year. Then we're talking about 2026. Then what happens? The National Elections Commission start getting ready for 2029. If you think time is far away or many years still ahead, that is an illusion. It seems far, but yet close. That's how it is. The time or the expression that you often hear, time flies, is true. It flies. All right. So we've got the issues on our plate to talk this afternoon. We've got the issues and Kings 88.5 Rear Talk on this last and 31st day of January. Where do we start? Well, nowhere but Capitol Building. Let's start at Capitol Building. But before then, start playing the cash giveaway. We are out with 10,000 this afternoon. Start playing now. Don't wait too long. Start playing. Start playing the King's Cash giveaway. We are giving out 10,000 Liberian dollars. 10,000. 10,000. It's the weekend. You need that 10,000. So you must have it. And it is for you to have, not to refuse or reject. This breakfast, let's get something sorted out, and then we are into full discussion of the issues we've got on the show this afternoon.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
The guys are very interesting. Very. uh, they created a guy that is not part of the institution, not at all. The Liberian investigator is reporting. It's reporting that they created another character. Yes, that the state or the court will find the state prosecutors. They will find 100 US $100 because they misled the court. They misled the Moravia City Court. What did they do? They created a person as National Security Agency agent, as a police officer of the Liberian National Police, who is not. They created him, meaning they told him to act as officer of the Liberian National Police. But in reality, he is not LNP officer, not at all. And the deception, the reason for the deception, they want to prove at all costs that the information they provided against the guys they're holding as suspect, that it is true. They can prove the telephone conversation. They still fighting with it. They claim that the phone contained the text messages are real. Now they move to another one called voice conversation. They could not prove the text message conversation. They now move to voice conversation. They claim to have a phone, and that phone has voice recording with the discussion about the Capitol building fire. That's what they claim. Now, Wilkins Wright and Janitor Massacre are the ones defending Fonati Kova and the colleague, his other colleagues. So when that was presented, they said it didn't make sense. That they demanded the technician to be placed on the witness stand to explain further. They argued that the prosecution misled the court by disguising this person who they claim is a technician, does not have the identity proper, and on we can go. Now you want to believe that these guys truly have what they call evidence? You want to believe that? No. They can prove anything against Fonati Kofa and his guys. They can show anything convincing. Absolutely nothing convincing. They beg for time. They coming up with all kinds of stuff that they can really prove to give substance to their case. Nothing. Now they stoop so low, creating a guy who is not LMP officer. They told him to act as officer of the Liberian National Police and move with these things against the or before the court. but nothing they can prove. From the first day till now, they've got nothing. They can't prove anything from the first day until today. They can't. They're buying time to look for evidence. So the time they sought or they begged the court for to come up with these things, to make it appear before the court that, yes, we have evidence now. Truly, it was Fonati Kofa and his guys who burned Capitol building. The man is not a police officer, but they told him to act like a police officer. That's what they did. He is an agent of the NSA. Yes, NSA. uh, he is NSA guy, an agent. And then they told him to act as officer in the case to provide his version of Capitol building stuff. Everything they're doing, they just put things together to give to somebody and say, go in the court. You know how they do that? Behind the scene, they program you, they drill you. You rehearse it over and over. They will tell you, this is what you're going to say. This is how you're going to say it. Along the way, they will ask you this question. When they ask you this question, don't answer. Or this is what you should say. They will practice with you behind the scene for a day or two so that you master it. And then when the time comes, you get ready to stand. They know that everything is not true. But where it can change, the atmosphere can change the person. You can practice something, you practice it over and over. It's different from the occasion itself, the atmosphere. What you practice is different from when the stage is set. Once the stage is set, your countenance change. To remember everything as you practice in order is hard. And there where the legal people start observing, because you will start showing contradictions. You will not be exact in your explanation. You will say one thing and then you mean another, you will mean this and then you say another thing. There where the legal people can start suspecting. And that suspicion now becomes something of substance that they will build on to bring out the lines. So nothing, everything about this case, they just try to bring what they call trump up. Trump up uh, claims you bring against people with no substance, not true. You just put them together, and the way you present them, people who don't know, not critical, they'll believe it to be true. But the person knows that within his heart, it is not true at all. So they are still moving into it, and they're not going to get anything. Already they are weak because Fonati Kofa did not attend the SONA. They had the SONA, and nothing there again. They want him to turn over the office. They gave him 5 days ultimatum. If he can turn over the office, then they will move in with force to take the office and give it to the man whom they say is the Speaker of the House, Richard Coon. Everything they've done along the way have not helped them. It hasn't helped at all. And they stay trying. They are convinced that they can get evidence. but the evidence is not forthcoming because there is nowhere to get the evidence. When it is not real, you can't get anything real except that you will lie as the way they are lying. Nothing extra is happening with them. The judge himself is weak now. The judge only sitting there because Bwaka has interest in it. That's all. But the judge knows that state prosecutors or state lawyers don't have weighty claims. They don't have evidence. But that's the law. You have to listen to them. Now they were fined 100 US. That fine is even small. But maybe that's what the law say. And you know what it means to lie? A security agency or the people who prosecuted Fonati Kofa, they lie that way, blaspheming. That should not be a fine. It should send the lawyer to jail. Telling somebody to act like police officer to go and testify in the case when he is not a police officer. That the government people doing that. The man a police officer, but they programmed him and told him go there act the police officer. They say that. Now the voice message they can't prove it. The brain technician, he nothing to prove technically as per his IT knowledge, nothing to prove. They say that the conversation Susie and Thomas had, that they had the conversation, and according to their voice, their voice recording, the conversation was intended to burn. They converse, they agree to burn Capitol building. Look at that trash. Who in the world, who in the right that the normal set can believe that thing? You just take conversation. You say these are the two people they having conversation. Where did you get it from? How did you know that it was a conversation? In fact, where you got that thing from? So it means that they're going behind the people, checking, because we're in the age of technology now, and Facebook all around, and even that is not Facebook conversation. And there is a way they can do it. We are not stupid. Listen, nobody should believe that crap they try to bring up here. You can do a voice. Two persons can do a voice conversation just like another person. It is normal. We are in the age of technology. You can take Sam Andrews from the studio, just where you are. You can put me in the White House. It will be like I am sitting in the White House with Donald Trump. And people who say they will say Sam Andrews in the White House. That normal thing, normal technological stuff. We are in the age of innovation. We are in the age of technology. It's simple. It's as easy. There's nothing wrong with that. You take all of your set. You can talk like a person. You can act like another person. They have this thing called how they call it? Say AI. That's it. You will talk just like the person, or yes, they will do it in a way that you say, oh, when you listen to it, that Sam Andrews, that voice, that Sam Andrews, you can't have Sam Andrews. But in reality, it wasn't Sam Andrews' conversation. But because they have the technology, they know how to do it. So they can create that. Just like you take two persons' picture, you put it together, you will not know the difference. It is easy. It is easy. Thank you, Emmanuel, bro. Thank you. They call it artificial intelligence. It's as easy. It is normal. You don't be carried away by that crap. When people know that they have no evidence, nothing convincing, they will resort to putting lies together to make you to believe that it is true. That's how the devil works. That's the core character. The devil makes you to believe what he is sending across or what he is real, or what he brings to the table is real. But in reality, no. In reality, it's fake. It's lie. Everything that they've brought against this man, they can prove it. They still don't want to give up. They're shame. It is easy to do anything, just as people can do voiceover. You can just listen to a person. You have your technology. You can talk like the person. You can say things. It's as easy. None of you should believe that thing that they carry in court and say that's the voice of these two people, Edrich and Susie, having conversation to burn the building. Where you know those two people were that you took that recording. To know that they were having that conversation, it means you were a part of that atmosphere, so you can be held liable too. The number thing we're seeing the thing all over the place. All over. We're watching one last night. The President Boakai speaking, and then the creator is saying the angel came from heaven and hawk President Boakai and took him away. They say, "Oh, the president." The technology now, and it's so fine. Everybody that saw that, they were laughing, enjoying it. That's technology. You can take me from here. You put me in CNN room. Everybody will say, "Oh, Sam Andrews in Great Britain. Oh, Sam Andrews in London. Oh, Sam Andrews in America. Oh, look at the studio, the main studio." But I still sitting rare in his poverty-stricken country called Liberia. They can do, the technology is so unique to the extent that you can do any and everything. The smartphone that we have, you know how much thing you can do on a smartphone? Do you know that the smartphone is a television station? Do you know that the smartphone that you have is a radio station? Do you know that the smartphone you have is a vast technological world? The smartphone here that in our hand that we use every day, people fighting to buy it. I want camera, I want techno. The smartphone, that television station, the graphic center, the radio station, the phone you see you using so that you have in your hand, you can sit down in one place and do all kinds of things. When I say that, I'm talking about the petty thing. People just sit down, they design themselves different way. You see the beginning that in regional countries, some regional countries, Europe and America, you can see them designing. So they're doing different things on the phone. They make an open radio station. The phone, yeah, you can go. It has the Adobe inside. It has almost everything. That's how the women built it. But it only takes a person who really knows it. So that thing is not true. Anybody can do voice like that. And you can twist the conversation. Now, what happened? They could not really prove or identify the voice good, but they want the judge to believe that it was a conversation. The two people. How will you just take a voice recording and say this is the conversation that the two people were discussing and they agreed to burn Capitol building? That evidence there, that how you present evidence in court. Yeah. Amen. All right. Is that how you present evidence in court? No. That will be doing it. Let's move on. We got other issues. Where do we go again? The vice president of Liberia, the man who wants to be the next president of Liberia sees himself as the next president of Liberia. the man who is now the presidential aspirant for Unity Party, the man who is 100% convinced that he's going to lead this country, the next president of Liberia, ran away from Prince Johnson party, abandoned Prince Johnson, and then in no time, Prince Johnson died from war crimes co-pressure. Yesterday, turned the man seat over. So Yantwana is the senator for Nima County until the by-election is held. His seat was turned over yesterday. And the man who is dead now took over until the by-election. Yantuan, his seat was taken from where he was to the position of the late senator. Yes, the late senator. It was a mournful, sorrowful atmosphere, but that is the tradition. So the VP, Jeremiah Kuhn is the presidential aspirant going into 2029 of the Unity Party. Nobody should dispute that. It is evidently clear that he wants to be the next president. He sees himself as the next president. He's going to run on Unity Party ticket. Unity Party will make him the next president. Bwaka sees him as the next president to succeed him, even though there are great names within Unity Party, great guys within Unity Party, but Jeremiah Cohen ain't get time for those names. As far as he's concerned, he is the presidential aspirant for Unity Party going into 2029. That's why he always proud himself in that way, by praising Bwaka the more than he can state exactly what he's doing as the vice president. Let's listen to him at Johnson's funeral.
Mr. President, I want to start by saying thank you. Thanks for being here today. Your being here today, Mr. President, shows how much you respected Senator Johnson. I want to say thank you. Senator Nimla, I want to say thank you. When you were speaking and got to the part that said, why you can't forgive Senator Johnson. I thought you were going to wake up. Then I remember Senator Johnson was dead because you would never accept that he was guilty. He was never guilty. And because you are never guilty, he signed a war crime code because he wanted to go to court and tell the people of this country that he defended this county and his people. And so he was never guilty. Senator, you are dead, but we are here. And I know if you are living, you will wake up to respond immediately because I want to start by saying thank you. Thanks for being here today. Your being here today, Mr. President, shows how much you respected Senator Johnson. Thank you. Thanks for being here today. Your being here today, Mr. President, shows how much you respected Senator. Thank you. Thanks for being here today. Your being here today, Mr. President, shows how much you respected Senator Johnson. I want to say thank you. Senator Nimla, I want to say thank you. When you were speaking and got to the part that said, why you can't forgive Senator Johnson. I thought you were going to wake up. Then I remember Senator Johnson was dead because you would never accept that he was guilty. He was never guilty. And because you are never guilty, he signed a war crime code because he wanted to go to court and tell the people of this country that he defended this county and his people. And so he was never guilty. Senator, you are dead, but we are here. And I know if you are living, you will wake up to respond immediately because that's the guy you were. But you left your children here. And that's why we'll say it for you because you can't speak now. You are not guilty. You are never guilty. There will be no court in this country or internationally that found you guilty. That's why we celebrate you as our hero. Maybe apart from the death of the late William Weah Tubman, if it ever came close. There's no former leader who have died that received the kind of support and crowd and honor that this hero of Myanmar is receiving. If you were opportune to follow us across this county, if you enter in Ganta the day we enter, you will know the tree has fallen. You will know that a hero has gone to rest. If you went to Saniquale, you went to Cample, you went to Ban, Sacre-Pied, the people of Tabata are even blaming me why we didn't take Senator Johnson to Tabata. The people of Yahweh Menstrual. And so Senator was never guilty. He's a hero, and that's why we bury him as a hero. Senator, I remember you said to me, Jerry, the day I die, my work will not be a small one. There will be people there who will be happy that I'm dead. There will be people who will be crying that I'm dead. There will be mixed views. Senator, I saw it today. People who said they will never speak to you and myself till they die. They are here. They were here. Senator, you are truly a prophet. You saw everything beyond your death. Thank you for the man you were. Mr. President, thank you for your personal contribution. If it weren't for your personal contribution today, the honor we gave our leader, maybe we wouldn't have done it the way we did it.
Thank you. That Boaka Berry, Prince Johnson. You will be president of Liberia Google that in utopia will happen. In Unity Party, gurus will sit down there and allow you to be president. The reason you're going everywhere praising Boaka. We're going to vibe president mode. You praise your president more than you can say what you're doing, Mr. President. Thank you for being here today, Mr. President. Thank you for your contribution. So he said, anyway, we talk that thing, we finish. This is what the vice president said. It's getting serious now. The beginning can say it's she. And I easy. And I easy. We come to our man. It's rough. So VP Kong, according to the president, not the president, the vice president, he's been quoted as saying that Liberians are frustrated with the government's excuses and are demanding real change. But we appeal to Liberians to exercise patience, that they expect decisive leadership that will prioritize the welfare of the people. Here is a direct quote. He said, "Our people are tired of excuses. They are anxious for change, and they are ready for economic transformation. Our people are tired of excuses." So he knows that the government have been giving excuses. So this is an admittance from the VP that nothing much was done throughout 2024, and nothing is still happening. An admittance also that his boss, the president, delivered an empty State of the Nation address. For a vice president to say the people are tired with excuses is to confirm that the government has done nothing significant to convince the people as per the arrest agenda. Admitting that the people are tired with excuses, it means that nothing. The vice president is confirming that his government has done nothing significant yet to convince the people by his admittance that the people are tired with excuses. So the government has given and continue to give excuses all over the place. And he's not wrong. The vice president is just being honest. This is an honest admittance. And this is negligence by the government. Nothing convincing. So the people are tired. They can no longer listen to the excuses. And I can see why Senator Edwin Snow said at the confirmation hearing of the nominee for Central Bank Governor Samoa that Unity Party is one-term government. That's what Senator Snow said, that Unity Party is one-term government. Just as CDC, Unity Party was telling CDC that you are one-term government. The vice president has added substance or elevated what Senator Snow said. This is, the vice president is indirectly saying that we will be one term if we continue to give excuses as government. Most of what we promised the people, we have not delivered it yet. 1 year, 1 month gone. There's no time for excuses. The people tired with the rhetorics. They tired with all of the political lies. The vice president telling you that the Liberian people are tired with excuses, meaning that he knows that not much has been done. Nothing is actually happening. He is aware the vice president is not living in utopia. The vice president is living in Liberia. He is seeing, hearing, reading, listening to the people. And he's admitting that the people are tired with excuses. Isn't that a clear admittance that nothing much has been done? 12, 13 months, nothing happened. 13 months, the government got nothing to show. He right. He right. There's nothing wrong with this. This is what the police needed to have done to take responsibility for their negligence. The vice president is admitting negligence by the government. Negligence. Here is his direct quote. Our people are tired of excuses. They are anxious for change, and they are ready for economic transformation. And in reality, they're not seeing the economic transformation. What they are hearing is rhetorics. Bunch of lies. That's what they've been fed with. Consciously, the vice president knows that the poor tired now. Nothing really happening. Nothing. The president goes, reads a State of the Nation address talking about just, they fill that State of the Nation address with dollars, millions of dollars, millions, just so it confuse people and say, oh yes, something happening. The government, we are making strides. Yeah, all of those things. They're not money that just dropping as they announce it. Some of those monies, the government might not even receive it until this 6-year ends. If they will ever be elected, they may not. That's how it goes. Nothing actually happening. Look at what they're doing around. It's not the same cut and paste thing they're on with the road, the patching here and there. Come on, not forthcoming. The people scared. Some people scared to get their money because they see Mr. President's condition. They're not too sure. They don't have that surety. Mr. President goes in Tanzania, he almost fell off. The lady had to jump in and say, sorry, Mr. President, because of time, we have to interrupt you. Nothing actually. So VP, thank you, yeah? At least that's leadership. It is leadership to admit. It is leadership. That's good. That's what the police needed to have done. Take full responsibility of your negligence. Just as the vice president is taking full responsibility of the government's negligence when he said the people are tired with excuses. They're tired. He's quoted as saying that they are tired with excuses, meaning they have heard too many. And the people tired. Our people are tired of excuses. One, they are anxious for change, and the change is not forthcoming. And they tired now. They can see nothing extra. Honorable VP. Thank you for the admittance, yeah? Thank you. Thank you so much. At least you did well. Okay. All right, let's turn to you. Let's go to you to have your say on this one. Then we uh, get to two significant issues. Listen, in life, you must stand for something, man. The high looking in life, the life we live in, yeah. You must stand for principle. Principle means the way you set your life, the standard you set, what you discipline yourself to be, and people know you by. Yes. Anything short of that, you lost relevance in life completely. You lost relevance. Emmanuel Conant say VP Kuhn is right to say that it is the president. If he was not going to be betrayed, he was not going to Molba Besa. Emmanuel Bros said, thank God. Emmanuel Besa said, thank God. Because of this case, criminal Boakai, fake speaker, renegade, Nambekon, and the renegade lawmakers are embarrassing and shaming themselves in a big time manner. Okay. Let's turn to you. Let's take a few calls on this, and then we'll go to integrity. Hello.
Good afternoon, Mr. Andrew. How are you doing?
I'm good. Oh, I'm good. It's the weekend, and you?
I'm fine. Oh, I thank God.
You in your late corner, eh?
Just a rescue killing up slowly.
If VP said that people tired of excuses, my man. What you say?
Yeah.
You believe
it? Yeah, certainly.
The
people are tired of excuses. Every day we hear billions coming to the country, and the suffering of our people intensifying. I don't think we will even get something from these people. Although did not lie, by saying that this government will be a one-time government. But this time, when former President Weah was there, we saw some level of development in the lives of the people. The bag of rice was reduced from $16.50 to $13.50 for a period of time, 2-3 years of going to the 4th year. So we saw changes in the price of rice. All right, but today at the early stage we are charging $5 US for $210. So I think when President Walker said the economy is better than 1 year ago, I saw that as a deceit, and I saw it diabolical. I think he should have said that. On the overall of the issue of running the Capitol building, people going to court and not being able to adduce evidence before the court, even a $100 fine, I see it very small. The prosecution should be fined more than $1,000. But this kind of sensitive case, you can't be bringing evidence.
Or send it to jail. Send it to jail for lying.
Similarly with the Samuel Tuer case, every day we see a extension of the case, the government prosecution and
no evidence
to put evidence together to find Samuel Tuer guilty. Samuel Tuer is not asking for justice, and the government is there buying time. If there is no charges against the brother, why can't you let him go as the way he did with Elijah Kalu? So I think the government is not proceeding the way they are proceeding. I think it's about time the Liberian people muster the courage.
All right,
Let us
Chief.
grab the full line and get on the street and they should get rid of the regime, because if we wait for 2029, it will be like we're coming from jail after 25 years.
All
But
right.
tomorrow it is not.
All right.
So
Thank
I
you,
think
Chief.
we need to put the government feet to the fire to make
Thank
them
you. Thank
do
you,
the
sir.
right.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Andrew.
Yeah, let's hear you. Yeah. What?
Oh.
That you begin selling behind you, so?
Eh?
That you begin selling behind you?
Yeah. So I'm working side. Somebody yelling me. Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. This is Steelers side, and I join you from the chauffeur so clinic. You see that VP, what you say, and I believe it. That the people, they are deceptive. The man is not honest. Maybe he just trying to see the moment, see the show, so he get back some sympathy from the public. For me, I know why my in situation could be correct, but I feel that what he's trying to do to buy sympathy, and we don't have any sympathy for him because he's part of the train that are derailed. And according to one of our supporters, they say the train are derailed and a passenger on the train, they got a slippers all in their hands, walking with a bare foot on the train track. That's the kind of situation they are getting us into. If people can be talking about 2029, Mr. Andrew, just take it 1 year that we just went through. Just take it for instance. So you want to tell me we'll go through another 5 years like this? For me, I don't think waiting for 2029 is a solution. These people already know that they can't make it. They just want to delay our time. They are looting enough. The people that are team with the party, you're not paying them off. Some of them, they are getting what they want.
Thank you, sir.
So
Hello.
Hello, Senator.
Yeah.
No, you know why Jeremiah spoke the way he spoke? Jeremiah knows fully well that United Party is about to betray him. United Party is about to bring a new standard on Jesus Christ. So he is saying all those things, making those statements for political favor so that people can say, oh, when Baka was president, these are things Jeremiah was saying. Jeremiah was against Baka, all the attitude of Baka. So let's try Jeremiah. Jeremiah is lying. We're watching him with equal eye in Lima country here. So that is something that group people try to call attention, national attention. Jeremiah, you lie. You now with NDR, you with United Party. So just continue with United Party. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
Yeah, well, my name is Mohammed D. from California, and I do call you from the Somali tribe area.
Let's hear you. May you went off, Chief. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, Semanju.
Yeah, let's hear you quick.
This is the voice of Sabu Rasta joining the show from Zimbabwe, to be precise. You got me, Semanju?
Chief, you are on the air. Speak, man.
Thank you, Sam Andrew. You know, let me tell you, Marco. 2029, if even CDC carry me, they just say we are a star. They just say CDC carry Sabu Rasta, I will beat Jeremiah 2029.
Okay.
Worried about Weah. Jeremiah want me, so he want Weah. So Jeremiah might be thinking about presidency.
All right. Thank you, Chief.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Sam Andrew. That's the problem. Jeremiah, I will beat Jeremiah.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. All right. You did well for spicing it up. Let's go to something else. But before then, let's listen to the man who is considered 1%. Okay, the women. Let's take this call from the women line to at least let's give them the right.
And you?
Yeah.
My brother, how you doing, Papa?
I'm fine. Let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you for the show. I want to know what are the men Camila again. I thought you said you left NPR, you would leave the party.
Yeah, the man left. The man left MDR, the Unity Party man. I stand up bearer for Unity Party going into 2029.
All right, we thank God for him. But I'm posting here, not food that you will NDR. When you all the people that NDR, you will leave the party. So when you will do a pen and right, say you want to put it public, you will be fooling yourself. But don't make somebody to get betrayed, man. Who you can betray?
All right.
I want to see it. What happens, my brother?
All right. Thank you, Mazisi. Have a nice day. Let's listen to the man who is considered He is named 10% in Liberia. They call him, no, 1%, eh? Yeah, 1%. He's back in Liberia. He's Alexander Cummings, political leader of the Alternative National Congress. LRB politicians, you can't just take them serious. He came good, but then he messed himself up. Let's have a listen.
Let's go until then. But let me just welcome right in with God Wisdom for his program. Our history is important, the cities is important, and we can benefit from ecotourism to create jobs in Liberia. But I promise you, we'll answer all of your questions and we'll invite you personally. Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. Very short, very short. 1%. That's how they call it in Liberia. I can't say we do not know the future, but it's difficult. I don't think Cummings will ever have the kind of support he had when he came initially. And this thing Liberian politicians do is wrong. When they lose election, they go and sit down. Will do nothing beyond their laws. They will attempt not to evaluate themselves, what led to their defeat, and what they can do by remaining fully engaged with the process as the time draws closer. They wouldn't do anything like that. They will go to their respective places, mainly out of Liberia, stay there, get into different ventures. When election year is approaching, then they start coming back. By then, you have lost the confidence of the people because they see you as runaway politician. You lose the election or lost the election, you can't stay. That is the reason, or one of the reasons, they just can't get close to or compete with CDC and Unity Party. That is the reason. We will always have Unity Party, CDC, CDC, Unity Party, CDC. Because they never build institution and maintain a viable institution. They always come as opportunists. So they take advantage of the atmosphere. Let's test the atmosphere. If it works in our favor, fine. If it doesn't work in our favor, we go and sit and wait for another time. Look at all of the opposition political parties. They are sitting. They are sitting. What party the country knows? Or what are the parties the country knows? CDC and Unity Party. Right now, nobody is competing with Unity Party except CDC. And the only party the people know right now is CDC. The rest of the opposition parties are sitting, doing nothing, not engaging at all. They are muted. Now, if they got in election and the people didn't vote for them, they arrive at percentage 1%, then they say the people ain't serious. They ain't like the Google people. The people who serious for the country, who want to change the country, the people can't vote there. The people who just want to exploit them, use them, that the people they can vote for. That's what they would say. And that is a lie. The people will go for the people they vote for because you are the right person in yourself, but you've never presented yourself as the right person. When you lose an election, you run away, you go sit down in America. 1, 2 years, 3 years, when elections coming closer, then you come back. And you expect the people to take you serious? A politician the people vote for is that politician that come to them and gave them food, gave them money, gave them everything. As far as they're concerned, that the real politicians there. And they are right by their reasoning. You can blame them for that. Put whatever the electorate say you can put to it, you will be right, but you just can't blame them. You blame yourself because when they lose election, they are not engaging with the people again. They disengage. They leave the people. Look at all that is happening in this country. And you have pretty close to 25, 30 opposition parties. Everybody's sitting. They're waiting. Some people in and there, they're taking government 5,000, 3,000, 4,000, 1,005. It is one of the reasons you don't see some of the opposition talking, because they're leaning on government side. No wonder why when elections is coming, you see, how they call them? You see, handbag political parties. Yeah, all kinds of names. Grassroots Empowerment Democratic Party. Yeah, Movement for the Transformation and Reconstruction of Liberia. Yeah, they know how to put words together. Right after they're gone. I bet you now, let me challenge you. Go to 5 political parties in this country that you know headquarters and ask yourself or see whether you'll find 1 open or 2 or 3 open. Some of the party headquarters grass growing on it. Because they didn't get anything. They can't sustain themselves because they didn't get money. They have never built institution. No policy in place. What we have in Liberia, most of the opposition political parties are opportunistic political parties, hustling here and there. And that is why they all will pray for second round. So second round, and they will go to the side again morning. Cummings came into this country. People saw Cummings as a person that could change the political narratives, that could infuse new dynamics. He got overwhelming support the first time. He tried, at least he came 10. He turned to be boy. After that, he was in America here and there doing all kinds of things. When the next election was coming, that's when he came back with Cummings Foundation. And he expected the people would have voted him overwhelmingly. You can have a good manifesto, a seasoned one, an attractive platform. You may be the good man, the right man for the country by your standard or your conviction. But once you are not the engaging type, the people don't know you. They will have no time for you. They will go to the people who are with them. Election time, they were there. No election, they were there. It is one of the reasons why most of the guys lost the legislative elections. Because when they got elected, they felt that, oh, okay, we're finished with those people. Those who did not win, instead of being fully engaged with the constituency they wanted to vote them, they disengaged. When elections came back, especially the 2023, that's the time they wanted to go back. They say they were building bridge, organizing football game. And let me tell you all that nonsense. You don't do it. It's not campaign message. Nobody get convinced by that. They will eat your money as they eat your money all around here. You organize football tournament in your name. You see the various community on play. You put 50,000 Liberty there or 25,000. That campaign message there. You're only telling the people that you're ready. So Cummings back into the country. Why is he doing that? Nothing. Nothing. He's just back to fan around in less than a week or 2. He gone back to the States. All right. That will be doing it for Dr. Cummings. Let's move on to 2 individuals. 2 individuals. let's move on to two individuals. Very interesting characters. But I want to start with this. We can never ever live without God. Wisdom is profitable to direct, to lead. In the absence of wisdom, you are dead. Yeah. Wisdom is very significant. Two individuals. Hey, golly life, yeah. This life is very interesting. It is very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. All right, let me start with Comrade Job. Comrade Job, J-O-B. Comrade Job in the Bible. Let me start with Comrade Job. As my prefix or the introduction of what I'm about to talk about. Comrade Job. If you look into Job's life, he was filled with different plagues, temptations, trials, to the point that he needed to have given in. Even his own friends convinced him to give in, to persuade him to the letter. And his wife will even tell him, oh, come on, say that so that everything can finish. But in the midst of all of those, Job did not have it. Things went bad up for him. He was prosperous from the beginning. He had good friends. He was an aristocrat or member of the aristocratic class. He was a bourgeois. He was a bourgeois. Okay, Emmanuel, bro. Yeah. Okay. Let me see. Let me try to see where I can get. Thank you for that observation. Thank you for the observation. Yeah, please, I beg you, let me have it rectify. Yeah. So this break.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working on a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country